Hello, everybody. How's it going? So, my name is John, and basically, I'm going to talk a little bit about the toughest moment of my community management career and how that kind of hopefully humanizes a little bit more of game development and gives some lessons in for community managers, game developers, and anyone alike. So that's myself and Charles Martinet, the former voice of Mario. Just a little bit to show off. I'm a lifelong fan of games. I've worked in games for many, many years, 12 years, in community management, marketing, many other capacities. And this particular story happened about a decade ago. Our team launched a game, huge game, big success. We basically were celebrating. We were really tired. We were basically creating this game for a long time, and a lot of us, as many game developers know, putting a game out is a miracle. A lot of our senior developers went off on vacation, well deserved. So basically, people that were left at the studio were junior and mid-level folks like myself. My job was basically to drum a pipe. How do you basically create more marketing initiatives? But we forgot something. And the thing we forgot was a roadmap. Basically, how are we going to respond to player bug requests, player feedback, and how are we going to, create patch notes? How are we going to do all this? And unfortunately, including myself, we didn't realize that. And I came back from the weekend basically to 5,000 plus messages on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, and I was shocked, right? Because this wasn't supposed to be my job. My job was supposed to be creating a wonderful social media campaign. And in all honesty, I was really just afraid, right? I was staring at the screen. I was really depressed. And as I'm going to show on the next screen, I was going through the 4 stages of depression, basically in a minute, right? I was going through, depression of why did I not figure this out, anger at myself for why did I let this happen, feeling like I was alone, feeling like I was trying to bargain with myself, and what was I going to do? The answer in hindsight was really simple, right? But in the moment, it was like, do I follow my boss's orders or do I do something else? As a community manager, I feel like a lot of times, if you ever watch like Mythic Quest or other shows about us, we're sometimes at the bottom rung, we get beat up a lot. We're in the middle of things. We get a lot of feedback. And so it didn't really help in this moment. And I was at a crossroads, right? What do I choose to do? And so I kind of used a mixture of a couple things. I used a mixture of leadership skills, project management, community management, and some selfishness about myself. So here's what I did. Number one, basically I thought about the team. What was important for our team? Our team was big on community, was big on values and transparency. And I already knew at that point that I'm going to have to probably do something that I really don't like to because I'm a people pleaser. And that basically is going to be the power of no, right? I told my direct boss no. I hope he's not watching this. But basically, I had to skirt a lot of the marketing initiatives and work that I had to do. And luckily, my boss was really kind and saying, like, I'm disappointed in you, but go ahead and talk to our executive marketing producer about this. And we created basically an Avengers team. In other teams, this might be 5 to 10 people. For us, it was 3 people. It was my associate producer, a QA analyst, and myself, going through all these messages together and creating a feedback loop. So the plan was sort through all the messages one by one. What can be fixed, what cannot be fixed. What do we need to do? We need to take it through the QA loop. If you know Jira, I learned Jira in a day pretty much at that point to get all this feedback as quickly as possible to our producer and our team. And what I chose to do with all that feedback was go to each user one by one to the players, email them, DM them, and tell them, hey, this is what we're going through. Here's a fix, or here's possibly what's going to happen. Because for me, I thought transparency and, again, communication was super key. Luckily, there's good news. This story came out nicely in that we were able to whittle down the thousands of messages to hundreds of messages. And we're able to get good feedback from users, able to get out patch notes, and basically able to get camaraderie from all the users. I wouldn't have done this without knowing the team, right? I was embedded in the team day after day, knowing who it was. It's simple stuff, right? It's like going past the water cooler talk of really bonding with people, building a relationship meter up, much like in a D&D campaign or any RPG. And then self-care in 2024 is super obvious, but a decade ago, it probably wasn't as prevalent. And so it's so important, for myself to detach myself from my work, to enjoy dancing, to enjoy food, to enjoy drinking responsibly. And I would say the final part is marketing with empathy, right? That it wasn't just important to show off KPIs. It was really important to show off meaningful interactions and relationships and really pulling the screen back behind game development as much as possible to create better and more responsible gamers. So if you're a community manager, I hope that you feel empowered and you feel that you can have a voice. And if you work with a community manager, please empower them. Let them be candid because they're sometimes the best defense you got. Thank you so much.